Any of y'all can't hear me, let me know, cause I know we're spread out pretty good.
I shut this door up here when we shut it.
That's all right. Roll call, all members present. Visitors, you wanna talk any, Kevin, about what's going on in the county?
Well, everybody staying low profile, that's all I can say.
Seems like everybody doing a pretty decent job of it, you know, get by.
Appreciate you coming over this. I tried to give him my file.
He's out there, she locked her keys in her vehicle.
Sometime I might.
I mean, the calls, 911's done a pretty good job on screening the calls for us, you know, so. The only thing we can do is just buckle down and make sure we're safe ourselves.
Like I said, we appreciate y'all. I know y'all have to go out in unusual circumstances right now when y'all get called out. So, but we appreciate y'all.
It's everybody. It ain't just, I mean, it's them. You know,
Well, it's these guys over
they
here.
don't, and they don't have, but it's just like,
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
like Smooth's and them too, everybody, you know, the people here at the dollar store that's working, everything, trying to keep everything going, you know, keep people fed.
This is like a war near the front line.
Every time I go somewhere, I thank them for being there, you know. I ain't been too many places, I'll be honest with you.
I think we're gonna be all right.
I think it's getting better.
I think it is.
I look at the
I ain't seen the numbers today, but I know yesterday we starting to balance a little bit, I think, yeah.
Seems like in Marion County, it's kinda leveling out and going down a little bit.
Which now we're doing a lot more testing there in other places too.
several more deaths than some of these other places too, though, but what bothers me is those deaths are it seems like it's the older people not getting up there with them.
Well, I do, right?
Yes,
You
you
know
can.
I remember.
All right, I need a motion to approve the minutes as they are. Chip made a motion, need a second. Keith seconded. All in favor? All in favor. All right, need to approve the financial report. This will be for February and March since we didn't meet last month, so I need a motion on that. Ricky made a motion. Lori seconded. All in favor? All in favor. Temp had to get some work done on the back, though. This is a bill for that, so I need a motion to pay that. Heath made a motion and Charles seconded. All in favor? All in favor. This is the pay cats for city jumpsuits. Kevin had to get for the fire department. He had to get jumpsuits for them, protect them through all this. So need a motion to pay that. Chip made a motion. Ricky seconded. All in favor? All in favor. Any of y'all got anything?
I got something after he gets on. Charles, you got anything?
Go ahead.
I want to thank you and Ricky for getting that paved below the park and for the work Ricky's doing on the depot. And I think you both deserve a big attaboy on that, because that road, that helped.
Yeah.
And Ricky is doing that down there mostly by himself, and I appreciate it. I'm sure everybody else does.
Well, yeah, I told him a while ago, he put a lot of time in there last
I mean, and it looks good.
Oh, yeah. And Chip, he's putting a lot of time in down there too on that lawnmower, you know.
Thank Ricky and Heath, thank y'all.
And, but we appreciate it.
And yeah, while I'm at it, we discussed giving you a raise. You're too late. I'm for letting you have another $100 on your expense, which would bring you up to about $1,000 a month.
You making a motion on that?
I certainly will.
Who seconded? Ricky seconded. All in favor? All in favor. I'm just standing out for that. Anybody else got anything?
I I do. I know Ricky talked about this last year, I feel like if we're able to, sometime we ought to look into getting a grant. If we're, it may be a long time because of everything going on. And see about getting some funding for a storm shelter that's adequate size enough to get 50, 100 people in there. Cause you know, them tornadoes in 2011, they hit all around us. And then in 74, it got within just a few miles. We may not be so lucky next time. That's just something that's been on my mind.
I agree with you.
I agree with you too.
Yeah.
That's one reason I've always thought that this property right here, you know, it'd be good for it. Hell, I think it ought to be right here.
Yeah.
Oh, we got the ones at the housing projects on that end, plus the one at City Hall. There's nothing on this end of town, you know, and I'm like, chill, the bigger the better. You know, a few months back, we had a chance, we could've got one, but there wasn't a whole lot of money there, and we couldn't come up with enough to measure.
Well, you come up with working on that, hard, but it wasn't,
Yeah,
the max part was way on up there.
Yeah.
The match was more than the money you're getting, so.
Yeah.
Is that the hold up on just matching?
You have to match over 50% of it, don't you?
Whenever I checked in on that about 3 years ago.
Yeah, that's when we first got in.
And I couldn't figure out how Walton County had, every little community in Walton County's got a big one.
Yeah.
So I went out there and talked to some people, and they, when they came around, what we were gonna have to match with what money they offered us. They didn't have much money to begin with, or they probably would offer us all they had. But what they had to match was nothing like what we would have had to match. It was maybe 20% or something, you know. May not even been that much. And so there's a lot of difference there when so those things are up toward $100,000. Best I remember.
Do I?
I think they're around $80,000 to $100,000.
Yeah, that was 80 something thousand.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. It's
You may check, talk to EMA.
Well, he knows we want one. I'll let him know that, you know.
How many do they hold one like some of these smaller communities?
That's one to help 50.
50.
Yeah.
They make them some of them 100, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got one
But
over
they
there.
see if you stand them up, you can do 200. It's for how many people want in it, I guess.
But yeah, that's one of the things we've got on our mind, as soon as we see that money out there somewhere, we're going after it, you know.
I've had several people ask me just around here, they say, why can't we get a storm shelter?
It'd be a good spot out here,
Yeah.
that way we could get it opened up. And
Be sure it was open in case something did come up, yeah. It'd be right here at it.
But that's one of them things though, you'd want locked up.
Yes, you don't want
Till
it
it comes
open.
time to unlock it.
But
But I mean, if you
it'd be
think about
it'd be good for y'all to have right here because y'all ain't got nothing but this building. You know, y'all up here waiting on calls and stuff, and it'd be good. Plus, to everybody on this end of town too, you know, or anybody for that goes. Yeah.
This would have been perfectly close to the school too, you know,
Yeah.
something out more than the school. Anybody else got anything?
I'd like to talking about the depot. This coronavirus is, of course, it's changed everybody's lives, you know. And I thought I had that pretty well lined up, you know, what it would take to do it and everything, and a lot of help, you know. Well, that hadn't worked out nothing like what we thought, and whenever I was figuring up all this money for the grant and stuff that we were trying to get, that Jessica finally got us some grant money, and but we have to get it fixed before we get the grant money. And I've been using, whenever Gail wanted me to be over that depot, there was some money that was in a fund for it, and then I collected a little bit more money to go with it, and that's what I've been using to pay for this stuff. And I underestimated, I don't know how bad I've underestimated how much it would cost to fix it, because I've changed it up some, and I really don't know how much we owe. I've paid part of the bills off, but we've got some for the flooring down there. We've used, if anybody hadn't been down there and seen it, I think it looks good. The front part's still like a little bit.
It looks great.
But we went with composite decking because it would last a lot longer, and in the end, we don't know how much we owe for the composite decking. So we got it offered to us, but we don't know how much it's gonna cost us in the end, but, so I got it, and I didn't get enough. I figured it, they didn't have enough. I'll put it that way, they didn't have enough. And, but I thought it's best to do the front part, because both of the porches were rotten. You couldn't, I was afraid, there one guy had already fell through it, so, the front porch, so I fixed the front part first, and I'm working on the back part, and it's slow. I mean, I just go down there by myself and piddle around. I've had a few to help me some, and in the end, I don't know, how much it's gonna cost. It's gonna be, this grant we applied for, we didn't get nothing near what we applied for.
How much is a grant?
The grant's $4,000 some few dollars. I'm getting, the money that came into that fund with the depot is gonna be gone here in a few days, cause I gotta go get some more lumber and stuff.
Well,
Like I said, we haven't paid.
How much money would it take to put you on solid ground?
I don't know.
Can we handle 4 and get it from the grant?
Well, my thing on this is that's like our history museum too, not just the depot down at the park. That's where all the history and bread that we have. We let a lot get away through the years, but we've got a lot down there too. So
Well,
I think there ought to be some obligation of ours to help us to put some money into this. So I say we should, yeah.
What I'd like to do is just, I'd like to ask for $1,000 at a time. And let that go toward this until we get fixed, until we get our grant money back.
Well, what would do this?
I got a question.
What would put 4,000 in your account that for you to use on that? And then if I ain't enough, then we'll talk on it later. Would that work? And then you won't have to come to us every time you need some money,
I don't want,
Can we put 2,000 in it? Donate it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
You talking about 4?
Yeah, ain't that what you said for?
That's what he said the grant was for, but he was gonna pay it back.
Yeah.
well,
He ain't gonna have enough to pay it all back for what the deal is. It's gonna
this
run
thing, this depot, them porches is not just it. We've got lights and everything else. Champion's put up those light posts, and we haven't even got them hooked up yet. So we still talking about a lot of money right there, plus a lot of labor getting them hooked up and getting the ditch witch. We gotta get one rented and all that stuff. So all total, whenever we started this, me and Jessica figured it up is like $12,000, and so we got over those 4,000. The best we could do, and even cutting corners, I don't know. It's not gonna be. I hope it don't run that much, but we
How
don't.
much?
I hope it don't run $12,000, even though we asked for it. But that was counting labor and everything. See, we're with this, we're getting some free labor that we wouldn't have got before. So that's helping. That's going to help it. But the material's costing more than what I anticipated. So I would. Here's the way I'd like to do it. I'd like to ask for $1,000 at a time, and just get $1,000 paid in that account, and up to a $4,000 max. And
That'll work. That's what we basically want to do anyway,
And then we'll go from there. I hope. When this first started, I figured fix it in a week. I've been working on this stuff for 6 weeks. But I fiddle on it. I don't really. I go down there. I may go down there a day or two, work a couple hours, and I may not. But when you had to do it, a lot of it by yourself and everything. There to begin with, before this virus come around, I had some help. I had lined up and had plenty of people who was going to help me and everything. But I'm not asking nobody to get out and be around for nothing like this. I had a couple that came help me some, and I don't blame anybody for not wanting to get out. I mean, I'm like everybody else. I don't want to get out either. I don't want to be around y'all. but it's not that I don't like it. Just I'm scared to death of it. I know some people that's got it, And luckily they haven't, it hadn't been bad on them.
Okay, so you understand what he's wanting, Jessica? He's wanting to be able to request $1,000 at a time till it gets up to $4,000, and if it gets up to that, then he'll come back to the county.
We put some in with that for the depot instead of having to pay it back. Or just the 4,000 would do
Or,
it.
that's what I was thinking, that we just.
If we do the 4,000,
Not expecting to get it back.
then the grant.
Yeah. Well, my opinion on it would be, is you spend the town money before you spend what you got in the account, and that way, that'll give you, in case you run into something later on you don't know, you know.
But that'd be fine, we just, that money was put in there to help keep that thing up, but I hate to use it all at one time, you know, in case, because you don't never know what might happen. And let me tell you something else while I got it on my mind. I'm amazed every time I go in that thing. I used to play, I've talked about it a lot, and I love it today. I used to play in it when I was a kid. Douglas came down with my cousin the other day, and he hadn't been in it since we was kids, and me and him was talking about it. He was out there on the walking track, and he came in and looked at it. First time he'd been in it since he was probably 10-year-old. And he's a little bit older now, so it's been that long. And I was down there one day, and there was a guy pulls up, and I can't think of his name. I went down and looked at it again today. He signed the book. He's from Calera. And he's got a website that he's been working on for 2 years, and he's trying to find all the depots in Alabama where they're at and what's happening to them. And this is the only one that's in Marion County. That's the one.
Yeah, I was surprised when you told me that. I figured there'd been some more.
There's not many in the state, he said, but they've got one at Calera, and they've got it fixed up. He went all through it, and he took pictures and everything, and asked me about it, and I told him what I know about it, and then he told me some things that I didn't know. The thing was built in 1890 something. And he liked the way what we did with it, or what everybody, not me, I'm just carrying it on. I'm just carrying on the tradition. Everybody that was involved with getting that thing, you and everybody that was involved, and everybody that got it up here originally, and the people that's kept it up have did great, because it is fixed up. I don't know if anybody could have did any better. But every time I go through there, it seems like I'll notice something a little bit different. It might be a picture that I'll notice somebody or something, and I'm all the time catching myself looking at things. But I had my dad-in-law came down there. He poured the concrete for us, and him and Ryan came down there, and Stansford never been in it. Ryan never been in it. They were amazed at it. You know, it just I want it to get to the point. I've talked to the principal a while back. Whenever we get it safe, get all the porches done, get it cleaned up and everything. Try to get the school get started back. Try to get them to have maybe some field days come down there, and I've talked to you about it. Trying to get some more people that totes keys, because that we have to keep it locked. And I would like to see some people that you could just, if I'm not available, Charles not available, everybody's got a key that can, if somebody wants to go look at it, they can call somebody that's going to have a key that's available to go do it. And I've talked to you about maybe, I was thinking maybe get 4 or 5 more people, you know, to do that, you know. And I would like it to be older people that knows more about bringing it. I've done talked to 2, and I prefer it to be coal miners, because it's a coal miners museum. It's about Brilliant, but Brilliant was all about coal mining. And I've read up a little bit more. I'll tell you one thing, and then I'll quit talking. Everybody's always talking about how Brilliant used to be one of the biggest places in Marion County. I didn't know it till the other day, and I was reading a little bit more about it. At one time, Brilliant Coal Company employed 600 people. 600 people right here in this little seam of coal.
Did you know at one time that 1,800 people lived in Brilliant?
Over 2,000, I think I read that somewhere.
Well, it was the largest population in the county at that time.
Yeah, but, you know, it's, and coal got us here. I mean, that's what they started, you know.
But I wasn't around then, just barely before my time.
But that's our history, right there. That little building right down there is our history, and we're the only ones in the county that's got it. And I'd like to keep it. I want to keep it going. I want to keep everybody interested in it, and I want as many people come look at it as they can.
I will say that Kevin can tell you too, because he was on the council when we brought that thing back. I didn't know they were gonna make the trip from down there where we got it back up here.
It looked rough and that pasture.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, all y'all that was involved with getting it up here, y'all did great.
But I'll tell you on that history and stuff that's in that building, a lot of that goes to Gail and Robert Elliott. They worked really hard to get
Yep.
that stuff up. And Ivan, you know, Ivan helped on it too. But at that time, we had the many projects going, but we're just starting apart. We're building fields, bringing the depot back, trying to get a walking track. We were doing all that at one time pretty much. It was, you know, had a few people burning a lot of hours down there, but it really done good. And I think what Charles recommended be the way to go. Let Ricky request $1,000 when he needs it, up to $4,000. Then if he needs more, he can come back and talk to us. And then, you know, some of his money, this money gets reimbursed with the grant. You know, if he don't run over, if he runs up, gets more back than he thinks or whatever. We don't really know right now where we're at on that. But need somebody to make a motion on that. Charles made a motion. He seconded. All in favor? All in favor.
In 1947, Miss Lasby carried us on a field trip to see that depot. That's how old I am, folks, that first grade.
I'll tell you how old that depot was when they brought it back.
And
Champ tore it out, didn't know what it was.
I can tell you a story about a depot in Hamilton. This is a good one. There's some guys, I don't know how, you remember the old City Cafe up here?
Yeah, that's right.
There was some guys hanging around there, and some more guys made up a story, and they run up there and told him, said the train has run over the depot in Hamilton. Those boys hitchhiked Hamilton to see it. They ain't told the railroad what I could bring.
But yeah, when we brought that thing back, the salt box was still in it, where they used to put meat and salt it down to keep it from running until somebody come and got it. And so that's how old it is, you know. That's before deep freezes and stuff.
Still had salt, a little bit of salt still back in.
Yeah.
There's a picture down there in 1947 of it. It looks just like it does now. There's a picture I seen today, I hadn't seen this one, that in 1954, it's been the year I was born. And it's got a couple there, and I can't think the name. But it was showing it from what would have been the track side, which is the north side of it now. And I tell you, I like history.
You ever
When I was
looked at
young,
that carving on the side of it, Ricky?
what?
Any of that carving?
Oh yeah. Champ and I went around that the other day.
I tell you what's fascinating me, you know, it's kind of on your mind when you see something like that. I think it was 1945, December 25, 1945. Somebody sitting there on Christmas Day waiting on the train carving on the depot, you know. And, you know, stuff like that, you know, on your mind, where's somebody going, you know, back then on Christmas Day, you know.
My daddy, of course, he lived around Brent all his life. He used to talk about when he was 13-year-old, he started building fires for them down at the mines so they could take baths and stuff, you know, after they got out of the mines. And I was down there the other day and I looked and I have no idea, but there was a DP where somebody had scratched it in there, and it makes me wonder if that was Daddy. You know?
Probably was. You know, all of them probably back in them days. There's a lot on it, and there's a lot of wood that's rotten and replaced. It had some on it with logs, you know. And, but anyway, need a motion to adjourn. Made a motion, need a second. Lori seconded. All in favor? All in favor.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/49 County News TV.